Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's makeup look was actually inspired by the gloomy weather that's going on in the city where I live. It's just really rainy, cloudy, and just kind of cozy at the same time. I really don't mind rainy days because it means I can pull out my sweaters, I can wear really fuzzy socks, stay indoors, but I wanted to create a makeup tutorial that was kind of inspired by a cozy day, but I also wanted to incorporate a bright pop of color to cheer up the gloomy day at the same time. So this is the look that I came up with. It's a really glowy skin, simple eye, simple brows, simple everything, and then just that pop of color just pulls it all together. This is just one of my favorite ways to do makeup when it's kind of a lazy day because it's not difficult at all. It doesn't take that much time, but it still looks polished and refined and bright and happy. So before we get into the tutorial, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, just make sure to hit the little notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. I upload 3 times a week, so you will not want to miss out. Make sure to join the notification squad. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this makeup look. I honestly really like how it turned out. You guys know I'm so into these really simple, natural looks, so hopefully you guys like it as well. If you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so my brows are already done. I actually did my drugstore brow routine today, so if you guys would want to see how I get these brows, I will link the video down below, or maybe I'll put a little something in the corner here so you can click on it and watch how I get these brows. So for today's look, I want to focus on the skin a little bit and just make it look really hydrated and really effortless at the same time. I've been loving this for the past few days. I just recently was sent this by Hourglass. It is their hyaluronic skin tint, the Illusion hyaluronic skin tint. Mine is in the shade Shell. It's marketed to be like a tinted moisturizer, but it's actually a really thicker, kind of full coverage tinted moisturizer. So I'm just gonna take this and warm it up in my hands and then start to kind of distribute it all over the skin. I feel like it works best when you warm it up a little bit in your hands first, taking what's left and putting it down the neck. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out with a beauty blender, but I've honestly been loving this. It's like so hydrating and it's full of hyaluronic acid, which really helps plump and hydrate the skin. So that's something that I really like about it. I just feel like it makes the skin look so naturally fresh. It also has some SPF in it, so it's really great for every day. But I've been loving this. I've been grabbing it seriously every day since I got it, especially for like these everyday type looks. So that product just helps kind of even out the skin tone. I will be addressing like the blemishes and areas that need a little bit more coverage with a different product. That way most of the skin can breathe and look really natural. I just have really been liking how that's looked recently. So for my blemishes, I'm going to go ahead and cover them with the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer. Just going to go ahead and dot on the areas that need a little extra something, and I'm going to take the beauty blender and just tap those into the skin so that it all blends in nicely. For the under eye area, I'm going to take my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, and I'm going to kind of draw a triangle shape under the eye, and then also I'm going to put a little bit on the eyelid to kind of cancel out any dark coloration on the eyelid. I'm also going to use it down the center of the face to lightly highlight. This is the shade Light. It's not the fair shade, but for a more natural looking makeup, I like to go a little bit closer to my actual skin tone with concealer. That just helps make it look more natural. So I'm going to blend this out with the same exact beauty blender. So to set the under eye area as well as the eyelid, I'm going to go ahead and take my Dermablend Loose Setting Powder. You can use whatever translucent powder that you have or whatever is your favorite. And I'm just going to press this underneath the eye. And I'm going to be kind of careful to leave the cheekbone area unpowdered because I am going to be adding a highlight there. So I'm actually going to move into highlighter next. I'm going to be mixing the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighters. I have the shade Pearl and Champagne. I'm going to do Champagne first, and then I will dab Pearl on top. But these are so pretty. They have like a really cool jelly almost consistency. I'm just going to start to press this into the skin. This one's a little bit dark for my complexion, which is why I'm mixing them, but I love the gold in it. So I'm pressing it in, and then I'm just going to use my beauty blender to further blend this out. Same thing on this side. And then to make it pop, I'm going to go into that Pearl shade. I love this one. And I'm going to just place that right over top of where we applied the first one. And then I'm going to blend that out with my beauty blender as well. I'm going to take a combination of the two and just dab it down the center of my nose as well as the Cupid's bow. chin, and whatever's left right above the brows. So now I'm going to take some of that dermablend powder, and I'm going to set the areas that I don't want shine, which is mainly in the center of the face. I'm going to leave like the highlight though on the nose, but I'm going to powder the sides. Then I powder my smile lines, the center of the forehead for me as well. I don't really like to have that shine. And then a little underneath the cheeks where we will apply blush and bronzer. So next I'm going to hop into my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. You can tell I love this stuff. This is just going to add that warmth to the skin. I also love it because it's a really good contour. So if you want to sculpt out your cheeks and bronze them, this is a great one and done type bronzer. I'm going to make sure to work it into the hairline, along the jaw, and down the neck, whatever's visible. Little under the chin, and I just take the tiniest bit down the sides of the nose as well and underneath to lightly sculpt that. Then I take the brush with the translucent powder left on it just to kind of blend everything out again. So for blush, I'm going to go into the Butter Blush from Physicians Formula. This is the shade Plum Rose. It's kind of a more nude, muted shade. And since we're doing a bold lip, I really want to keep the blush softer, and I'm going to focus it more on the outer portions of the cheek instead of the apples. And then afterwards, just going over that with the translucent powder brush to blend that into the skin. You guys probably know by now this is one of my favorite things to do when you're in a rush or when you kind of want to keep the focus on a different area than the eyes. So I'm just going to take my Butter Bronzer and I'm just going to kind of define the crease a little bit. I always like to take a brush, sweep back and forth, and then I go in a circular motion towards the lash line. I don't know why, it's just habit. And do the same thing on the other eye. It will just add that subtle definition without taking away from the lipstick. And then of course, I love to add it on the lower lash line. It just somehow makes it look more effortless and more natural. So to make the lashes pop, I'm gonna go into the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. I've been loving this. You guys may have seen this in my Allure Best of Beauty award winner video, the high-end version. I've loved this. I picked up just the travel size, but I will probably be picking up the full size because I think I will run out of this eventually. But I'm just applying that to the top and bottom lashes. I'm just taking that fluffy brush we used in the crease and dusting off any mascara marks. I always get mascara marks on my eyelids somehow. So I kind of meant to do this before I put mascara on, but I'm going to go ahead and set the face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I love how this makes my skin look. If there's any powder, I feel like it really just helps melt it into the skin. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this all over the skin. So on gloomy days especially, I always like to add a little pop of color to brighten my own day, you know, so it's not all gloomy and dull. I actually wore this lip color out last week and I was stopped by somebody and they like asked me what my lip color was and I had eaten lunch and it didn't budge. I feel like they changed the formula on this, but the lip combo I'm going to use is the Bare Minerals Statement Lip Liner in the shade Genius with the Bare Minerals Statement Liquid Lipstick in the shade OMG. It's kind of like a Barney purple, but I love it so much. So I'm going to line the lips and fill it in with this lip liner. These lip liners have been some of my favorites. I just love making a statement with lip colors. It's the easiest way to look like you tried so hard when you really didn't. So there's the lip liner, and then I'm going to top it off with the Bare Minerals Statement Lip in the shade OMG. I'm going to add a little pop of highlighter into the inner corner. I'm just going to take the lighter highlighter color, the shade Pearl, just on a little brush. Just going to pop a little bit in the inner corner with the brush. And then I'm going to take my ring finger and just pat that in. So in my drugstore brow routine, I use the Maybelline Brow Fiber Volumizer, but today I just want something clear to set the brow, so I'm going to go in with my trusty Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, and I'm just going to brush this through the brows. So there you have it. There's my sweater weather makeup routine. Of course, the lip can be changed out for something more neutral, but I just feel like keeping everything really soft and then having that bold pop of lip just makes me happy on gloomy sweater weather type of days. So I hope you guys liked this tutorial. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up to let me know if you did. Leave a comment down below. I love reading through all of your comments. You guys are amazing. So make sure to leave a comment because I do read through them and I do try to respond to as many as I can. So leave a comment. I would love to hear from you guys. And yeah, that's everything. I will see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye!